What area of my life am I settling in right now?
What areas in my life am I settling in right now?
Like that makes you think.
For sure. I mean, it's deep in a way because you got to really reflect on what are you kind of just like okay with, and you understand that you're being okay with, but you shouldn't be okay with. Um, you want to answer it first? Or you want me to answer it?
Oh man,
I'll start
I've been
off. I'll
thinking
start
about it.
off.
You can
I'll
start
start
off.
off. Like I said, they stole my answers, man. Like I think first thing first is probably my fitness, my weight, my health. Um, Obviously, the biggest excuse everyone always says is time, right? We're mature enough to understand that it ain't necessarily time. Everyone got time. So definitely, I think I'm settling when it comes to my health, even though I shouldn't be. I've acknowledged that. And so, yeah, for me, it's my health, it's my fitness, getting in a better routine, taking better care of myself. Because it's one thing to sustain or create a life that we can do what we want to do and live at our leisure and stuff like that. But if you're not healthy enough to really enjoy those moments or enjoy those things to the full capability of them, then it's all for nothing. So, one thing that I would say that I am definitely settling in my life would be my fitness.
For me, what was it? I'm always fitness. What really struck me, bro, is like, well, I'm putting energy into all these things. Like, okay, yeah, like what am I actually like focusing on and pushing forward, like with
Hmm.
my own energy? Because like now I can see it in like buckets.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, what are we pushing forward? So I'd say right now I'm in a super heavy work phase, but it's needed. And this is one thing that I've been trying. Like, I'm not a big fan of work-life balance, to where like again,
Hmm.
like some things will go fucking up, some things will go down, and it'll always weigh itself out. So I'm really heavy into the work lack of fitness. I'm not as big on family right now, honestly,
Hmm.
just because of like, I mean, I've been working like 7 a.m. till 9, and then coming home, eating,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to sleep, and I'll just wake up, do my little thing, and then
I
work
think it's
again.
huge to say that though, because I think everyone wants to portray like, oh well, I don't, I'm not settling when it comes to my family life and stuff like that. And I think, to be honest, a lot of us, that's one thing that we settle with is our family, because we get, especially entrepreneurs and just anyone that's a visionary or anyone that's a dreamer, got big goals and they got a mean work ethic. Like, that's one thing you're settling with is family time, and
Yeah.
that's why work life balance is always a huge discussion for a lot of people, because we know that that's one thing that always that seems to take the back burner. You know.
Yes and no, because I'm a big fan. I'm a massive fan of Pace, and I think I love his output.
Uh huh.
Right, like in the way I mean by his output, like Pace's cadence is on a whole nother level. The output
Hmm.
of shit that he gets done is on a whole nother level. And he legitimately wakes up earlier than majority of people I know,
Yep.
gets done a bunch of shit, spends time with family, works.
Yeah.
Right. To where like in all reality, it's are you present, and like when we're there, are we there? And then
Hmm.
communicating with my family, like, hey, I'm gonna go into a really, really big push for here for a while.
Hmm.
And maybe for like 6 months. And then after that, we'll go back into like more family time where I'm coming home at like a decent time
Hmm.
and I'm not like diving in all the time. But then again, I'm a really big fan of like strike when the iron's hot. If we
Hmm.
have an opportunity or we need to work, one of those two things,
Yeah.
and like the iron's hot, bro, fucking
Hmm.
go into it. And then if we are not going to be present again, make sure we're telling our significant other and our kids. Like I've been trying to bring Zeno with me like more everywhere I
Hmm.
go, just because again, like I'm only going to get so much time with him again.
100%.
And then I'll even segue into this weekend. Jake with me to go speak at this conference.
Okay.
Um, and one of the speakers is 28 years old. His company last year did $130 million in revenue,
Okay.
and it's 4 years old, like bananas. And his parents are some of the richest people in Utah. Like he like grew up going to the White House, like dinner with the Bushes and the Reagans,
Hmm.
like real money, like billions.
Hmm.
And he is a fucking polished ass human being. And he was like, one of the biggest credits I give is his parents were in MLM. Like, so
Okay.
they'd made all their money through MLM, different MLMs,
Okay.
like billions. And he's like, I was with my parents all the time and I got to see all of the mindset stuff. I got to see him speak on stage. I got to speak on stage. Like, I got everything poured into me that they
Got
could.
exposed to it.
He got exposed to it.
Yeah.
And I think he came out amazing.
Obviously.
Right. I mean,
28 years old, man. That's phenomenal.
right. And like, he still had his own dark spots, but then like acknowledged them and brought them to the forefront, talked about them, how he handled them. So, okay, I want to be able to pour into my son that way.
Mm-hmm.
To where, yeah, I'm working all the time. My son's gonna sit there and see me work.
Yeah.
Like play with their toys, and then like again, we'll take a break. I was a little bit late here because me and my son were and Kalani were out there playing with a drone.
Yeah. Okay. That's dope. Though.
Right. So I was like, okay, I was like, all right, clear out an hour. Zeno's going to Legoland with his mom for like a week.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, clear out an hour before I have to leave. Let's go play with the drone. And so I'm chasing around with the drone. I crashed the drone like 4 times, thought I broke it. But then like that's still work-life balance because like, okay, I'm there, I'm present. And then now we have to go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody knows, all right, this is the way it's going to be for today.
Yeah.
Or this is the way it's going to be tomorrow. And even communicating with my significant other of like, all right, so no, like over the next, like today, here is my schedule and you can see it. This is what it's going to look like. I'm not going to be home. Really, when I come home, I just want to eat, kiss, and then I'd really just like to go to sleep.